Uriel Eisen, I'm here representing Arda. We are a really low compliance, low cost way of keeping track of all of your inventory. So the real thing we cracked is making it super easy to keep everything in stock on the shop floor. So making it really easy for frontline employees to just grab a card. When they run stock out of something, they just trigger a reorder with these cards. That ties to a digital backend where a happy accident of them just doing their job, doing work, making it super easy for them. We get enough data to sort of get real-time visibility and control into your process. And so that's really where our customers like what brings them to Arda and where we see them being successful with the product. We help companies do more with less, reducing waste. It's good for the bottom line. It's also good for the environment. And it's really nice to see other companies who are serious about pursuing that. Fun to talk to people who want to bring in a company to help them kind of do both. Obviously, if you put sustainability at odds with profitability, I think sometimes that is how it's posed and can be a mistake. We really want to find opportunities where you can do both. It was very cool to see a mix of big companies represented and then all the way down to more specialized, smaller teams, wide variety of industries that are being served. Yeah, it was awesome talking to a bunch of folks around sort of productivity, but also sustainability. Also, we're in the business of printing a lot of these cards. Right now, they're printed and then laminated, which is sort of a little bit of labor. And so it was actually a nice surprise. We found a few vendors who might be able to help us more efficiently print these cards and help our customers sort of deploy faster. So that was an added bonus that we were not expecting. A lot of these folks, even if they're serving slightly different industries, I think a lot of people here are pulling the same direction. So even if it's mixing or it's packaging, a lot of people are facing the same sorts of challenges and kind of trying to figure out how to move into the future. A lot of commonalities. It's interesting to see the different people here, kind of what they're building, what they're focused on. It's always fascinating to me coming to these things. You learn about new industries, new sectors, these crazy niches, just seeing the level of innovation being actually implemented into something that can be used by industry. Sometimes those innovative manufacturing processes can sort of be, pie in the sky for a few years. And it's really cool to see 3D printing really landing hard, making the time from like ideation through to actually being deployed. My hope for the future of sustainability as it relates to this conference and driven by this conference, I think it's really helpful to bring people into the same room to talk about what's working, what's not working. One of the really, I think, powerful things about bringing people in from different industries to the same space, because they're not head-to-head competitors, a lot of them, people are much more open to sharing like what's worked, what's not working. What I would really hope to see are people leveraging low-hanging fruit reductions in waste. So rather than pursuing fancy new machines, expensive new technologies, oftentimes we can just reduce the amount of energy consumption, raw materials, by being really attentive to our process, really attentive to being efficient with materials, low reject rates, low WIP rates. And I think that's something that everyone can do with their current manufacturing processes. And I hope to see more companies getting really serious about empowering their employees to make the changes they want to see on the shop floor, which often lead to doing your work faster, easier, lower reject rates, and just, doing more with less. We can make phone calls when we're not here, but, it's hard to talk to 20, 30, 40 companies in a day and have really good conversations with people and good follow-ups. So, maybe our booth will be bigger depending on how many of those leads turn into new customers. But it's been great, and excited for next year.